Oh, yeah. Best time of the year.
Jason Kelsey's on TV. Somebody stole his sleeves. Where are his sleeves? The sleeveless Kelsey getting ready for the Eagles game. He's knocking on their locker room, missing
his old pals.
Missing his old pals, I guess.
Good game tonight, I think. Should be fun.
Yeah, excited about Monday Night Football. Covino and Rich broadcasting live from the TireRack.com studio. TireRack.com will help you get there. An unmatched selection, fast free shipping, free road hazard protection, over 10,000 recommended installers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And look, we know hiring is hard. Well, good news, Express Employment Pros makes hiring easy. Forget about those job postings, sifting through resumes, ghosting people, interviews with unqualified people. Move up to the pros with expresspros.com. It's your full-service workforce solution connecting you with top talent fast.
Express recruits and screens workers in your area, so when it's time to hire, they have the talent you need ready to go to work. Every year, Express Employment Professionals helps tens of thousands of companies find workers, and more than 40% of them are businesses in the supply chain industry.
A contract workforce through Express could help you manage contingent labor costs and provide people with their current demands. With more than 860 locations, there's sure to be an Express office near you. Find a location. We know it's stressful to hire, so just stop the hassle and partner with Express. That's expresspros.com. All right, more NFL. We'll preview tonight's game a little bit. We'll talk about maybe even what to look forward to in Week 3. But I want to talk about your worst predictions ever. I'm talking you had no crystal ball. You were not Madame Ruby. You were not Nostradamus. You were just some dope with a bad idea. Like when Ron Jaworski said Colin Kaepernick will end up being the greatest quarterback of all time. When Max Kellerman multiple times said Tom Brady's done. Walk away. You'll never win again. And he keeps winning Super Bowls.
Poor Max. I got a few.
What were the worst, and it doesn't need to be sports. I found a great article. I want to read you some of these. Some of the worst predictions, like in 2010, some scientists were saying by 2020, you might see private citizens on the moon. Yeah, there's no one on the moon.
No, that didn't happen.
There was a guy in 1940, get this. There was a guy in 1947, a big movie producer, that said, television won't last, see? Maybe it'll capture attention for 6 months, but people will get tired and only want to see the big screen, see?
Well, he was wrong about that.
Yeah.
Now, again, we'll take the obvious out. I said till death do us part. That didn't last.
Oh, how about in 1995?
That was a bad gamble and bad prediction to think that, my marriage would last. And so many people think that it's going to. Mm-hmm. Remember when Michael Jackson said that to Lisa Marie Presley? And they said it wouldn't last.
and he was right.
Covino, at least you didn't do yours in Vegas.
Oh, I did, Danny G. I did do it in Vegas.
Oh, boy.
I guess that's the joke.
Or what about when Robert Metcalf, founder of 3com.com, said, I predict the internet will go away. Catastrophic collapse. No one will care about the internet.
Well, I got a few, again, that I can't be alone on. It doesn't have to be sports, but let's think of some sports ones. Look, Rich was way off. This all comes because Rich was way off about the Saints. So far, it's early, but they look great. They've scored on every possession, like we said. But the first time, I think the year was like 2008, 2009, I forget. I remember my ex coming home saying that she signed up for Twitter. And I was like, what's that? She's like, you just post your thoughts. She's from England. I'm like, post your thoughts.
I could tell from the accent.
Yeah, but not everybody knows.
They thought you just assigned women British accents.
What do they know? You just post your thoughts. And I'm like, well, that's stupid. I'm like, why would anybody do that? And everybody thought the same thing. I know I'm not the only one, so I'm trying to be relatable. I'm like, that's never going to last. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Who cares that you ate a sandwich?
Yeah, that's the automatic response. Yeah. You felt the same way about Instagram. Like, that's dumb. No one wants to see your pictures. No one cares about your pictures. But I'll never forget Twitter. That is so vivid in my memory. And I'm like, that is the dumbest. In 140 characters? That's stupid. That'll never last. Way wrong, especially in the world of sports. How much of your information do you get from Twitter, especially in news and sports? My goodness, way wrong.
It's a game changer, social media, but there were some that said this won't work. And I'll give you one in the sports
And
world.
they said it wouldn't last.
As a dumb one, I pulled a Michael Jackson. They said they wouldn't laugh. When Steve Cohen bought the Mets, I remember saying, well, now we got an owner. I proclaim the Mets will make the playoffs every year for the foreseeable future.
I remember you being very
Because I was like,
about it.
well, now we got an owner. He's going to spend money. The Mets will be in the postseason every year. They've made the postseason 1 year since he's on the team.
I got a few. You ready for this one?
Yeah, let's hear it.
The first time I saw Crocs, I thought they were the stupidest looking shoe I've ever seen. And I remember saying the same thing everyone else was thinking. You got Swiss cheese on your feet? That's the dumbest shoe I've ever seen.
They even wore them in the movie Idiocracy because the casting director said, the person that did costume and design said, find me a pair of shoes that look like idiots would wear in the future.
True story.
And if you watch the movie, Idiocracy, they're all wearing what looks like Crocs because that's what they deemed the dumb shoe of the future.
But Rich and I, we were on the radio, right? We declared a war on Crocs. Like, you're an idiot if you wear Crocs, and they're the stupidest shoe ever, and they're so dumb. What kind of loser wears these things? You're an idiot. I know they serve a function. I understand they're comfortable, but if you're just wearing them to wear them, you suck. They'll never last. You're an idiot. You see every kid today, any kid walking out of high school, they're wearing pajama pants and Crocs. It's like the official wardrobe of a kid today.
I even own a pair of Crocs when I'm like gardening around the house
But I was
or walking
so
around.
wrong.
Yeah, we were wrong. In fact, we did a bet. And even as of last year, we did Croc Watch. We've done bets where if your team loses, you got to wear Crocs. It's not a punishment anymore.
I was like, they will never be cool, ever. And now, like, they're the coolest thing. That's what cool kids wear.
I remember we mentioned it just the other day, so I'll throw it out there. How many math teachers said, it's not like you're going to walk around with a calculator in your pocket.
Oh, they were so wrong. Yeah, they were
But
very
I remember
wrong about that.
Artie Lang, who's from your hometown, comedian Artie Lang, formerly of the Howard Stern Show. He jokes about how in high school,
I know the teacher he speaks of. I had Mr. Kleminski.
He just didn't care about typing class because he's like, who's going to need that?
I had the same guy, Mr. Kleminski. We hated that class. We're like, no one's going to ever need this.
Who's going to need typing?
Yep, true story.
Rich, you can relate to this one because he's retired. He's retired for the Mets, right? He was just honored recently. Darryl Strawberry.
Yeah.
When he came to the Dodgers, me and my older brother were kids at the time, so excited. We had a full plastic sheet of Darryl Strawberry baseball cards. We're like, now he's on our team. He's going to hit 50 home runs. Yeah.
You thought, right?
Yeah,
Oh, dude, I got
didn't work out that way.
Something like that where there's high hopes. There's always that in sports, right? Someone doesn't pan out to what they were supposed to be. You could probably think of a million examples. I think I brought this up not too long ago. I was in a music meeting because I started my radio career in rock radio, K-Rock, New York. And I remember sitting in a music meeting, and the guy was like, these guys are Buck Cherry. They're going to be bigger than Guns N' Roses. Now, I'm not dissing on their career. They have a few hits that I love, but not even close. But that's what they were touting, these dudes.
I mean, they have Sorry, Crazy Bee. They got a handful of songs, but they're not Guns N' Roses.
Exactly.
Okay.
They're not even in the same sentence. I like them a lot, but they're no G&R, not even close. But again, they were way wrong about that. Another one that comes to mind for me is fantasy sports. I would have never thought this would be what it is. You ask me, rewind, fantasy sports, that's for nerds. I still don't have much patience for it, but I at least accept that I was wrong and people love it, and it is fun. When it first came to be a thing, I'm like, yeah, that's never going to catch on. You're nerding up sports too much. I'm not a fan of that. And I was I was wrong, wrong about it.
Wrong again, idiot.
I was way wrong.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about things you were wrong about, hit us up at 877-99 on Fox. It could be sports, it could be music, it could
Remember
be
what I used
TV
to say,
shows.
Rich? My fantasy involved women.
Because I've known Covino, we've worked together since the early 2000s. Fantasy football was big, but not even close back then. I remember Covino would have that same dumb punchline.
Yeah,
fantasy football, my fantasy doesn't include who at the time? My fantasy doesn't include Donovan McNabb. That Covino, he took a big poo-poo on anything fantasy sports. You'd be like,
well, guess what? I also took a big L because I was wrong, way wrong about it. I was.
Now, there was some...
We're talking worst predictions, guys. Why, though? Because Rich said the Saints are the worst. That's why.
I thought the Saints would go 3-14. I mean, maybe I'm right. Maybe they go 1-14 the rest of the way.
They look pretty solid.
But what do I know? I'm reading some great. Someone compiled a bunch of sports tweets from years ago. Let me just read some of these because they're fantastic. I won't name the people because I don't want to embarrass anyone, I guess. And some of them are people you don't know anyway. Someone tweeted in 2018, "Not buying this Luka hype at all. Unmoved by it. He won't last."
Wow.
Here's. I mean, I'll name the
Sounds
people.
like you and Caitlin Clark.
I'll name the people. Wow. I'll name the people you know. And you're right. I am guilty. But I don't know if that story's written quite yet.
Get out of town, bro. You were way wrong about that.
I thought by midsummer.
Be better than the lame sports announcer who never takes accountability. You were wrong. You said that wouldn't last a month in the WNBA. You said we'd get over the hype and not care.
All right, I was wrong.
You were wrong.
I was wrong. I still don't care, though.
Be glad that you're wrong.
I
Good
still
for
don't
her,
care.
man.
I think people are faking it still. I still feel like they're faking it a little bit.
Sam, smack him. Hit him in the head with your crock.
Jay Glazer, who's a great dude, he tweeted in 2009. Okay, I'm sold. Matt Castle has it. You can't teach it. Teammates rave about him. Coaches rave about him. Matt Castle, huh?
Yeah, that didn't pan out. Wow, man. Yeah, that's the good thing about Twitter that I was so wrong about. It keeps you accountable because those things, unless you delete them, they're there.
Here's another tweet from 2012. Sports writer wrote, "You heard it here first. Tyler Bray is going to be the next great generational quarterback in the NFL." Our very own Colin Cowherd said in 2017, "Early congrats to the Celtics for winning the NBA 2018, 19, 2020, 21, 20. He just lists all these years Eastern Conference Championship. KFC from Barstool said in 2015, "Joel Embiid needs to figure out a way to start getting paychecks because his Twitter game because his basketball career is over." That was in 2015. So yeah, people listen. All of us are guilty of bad predictions.
Well, it's also the culture of hot takes that has become a thing in the past 10 years or so, if not more, where you're just throwing things out there to see if they stick. You know, you're just throwing crazy thoughts to see what works and what sticks.
If the Giants
said a lot of outlandish things.
If the Giants take Davis Webb, they're set for the next 15 years. The Atlanta Falcons tweeted out 15 minutes away at the end of the third quarter of the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
That's a rough one.
Now, to your phone calls, the worst predictions you ever made, sports-wise, entertainment-wise. It could be in life. 877-99 on Fox, at Covino and Rich if you're playing along at home. Who do we got?
Let's say hi to Jerry.
Let's get you involved. Jerry in West Virginia, you're on the Covino and Rich show. Hope you had a great weekend, man. What's up?
Let's come clean here. What was your worst prediction in sports or entertainment?
Hey, guys, diehard Chargers fan. Going into the 1998 draft, telling my buddies, if these Colts pick Peyton Manning and we get Ryan Leaf, I can't tell you how many Super Bowls we're going to win.
See? Ryan Leaf's a good dude, but didn't pan out in the NFL. It's like those people, you see those clips where people are frustrated when the Chiefs chose Mahomes. And the Chiefs choose Patrick Mahomes, and fans like, oh, man. Yeah, they were wrong.
Speaking of your Chargers, how about when Rich was saying that Manti Te'o's girlfriend was a match made in heaven. Remember when Rich was all about that?
Yeah, I thought he was in love, man.
Yeah, Rich was like, they're probably going to last forever. This is true love. I remember Rich. Rich thought that was a real deal.
Oh, man, look at this. Doug Gottlieb.
Uh-oh, he's on the list? There's like a
Doug
list?
Gottlieb's on this list. Hold on, let me see the
What did
Steph
Coach
Curry.
Doug
It's got to
say?
be the Steph Curry one.
Yeah, in 2009, Doug Gottlieb said, Steph Curry declared for the NBA draft. He doesn't have the upside of Rubio, Jennings, Flynn, Mills. They're all more athletic.
Wow.
That Steph Curry had no upside.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's crazy.
He's known for that one, by
again.
the way?
Wow.
Yes.
But he probably owns it, right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. And then even on the draft day when the Timberwolves took Rubio and Flynn ahead of Curry, like he was supporting his opinion on Steph Curry.
But that's the best way to roll with it, though. Like,
Hey.
to own it and hey, man, props to that person or that thing that proved me wrong. That's great. So, any other ones? Phones are lit up, Rich.
Yeah, let's go to your feedback spot. I feel like
lit up like Buck Cherry.
I feel like the opposite goes. Sometimes where you pass on something and you refuse to admit you made the mistake. Like early on, you and I bought a Bitcoin. I kept mine. You sold yours, and you're like, I don't care. Like you don't wish you would have held your Bitcoin.
No, because I probably made the money back elsewhere.
See, he won't even. We bought a Bitcoin for like $5,000. Spot sold it, I think, for a loss.
No, I sold it around even.
He's just ruining your story is what he's doing.
No, you're trying to make it a worse situation for your benefit. I'm not playing that game.
Well, guess what? Guess what? Bitcoin's like 60-something thousand. Like,
So nanny.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you're
great.
right. You made the right
You know what?
decision. $5,000.
It's not valuable until you sell it, Rich.
Rich, how about that time you guys didn't cut out time to go to the Jelly Roll concert when I got the tickets before he blew up?
Who's this?
Now he's one of the
nobody?
he's one of the biggest artists in the country
Ooh,
now.
that's a good one. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one because not everybody knew him then.
Well, I think a lot of people.
And he became a household name so
Yeah.
fast.
You guys shrugged off that show. You're like,
Yeah.
Danny's like, you want to go to Jelly Roll? I'm like, I want to eat a Jelly Roll. I don't want to go to see Jelly Roll. But not crypto, but NFTs. Think of how many people thought like they were going to become rich. People buying like Logan Paul monkey ones and all the. Remember the ape? What is that one?
Bored ape.
The bored ape. Yeah.
I didn't buy any of that stuff. But yeah, worst predictions. You were so wrong about blank. Let's go to your phone calls to wrap it up. 877-99 on Fox.
Jay in Minnesota. What's up, Jay?
What up, Jay?
Hey man, how you guys doing?
What's your bad prediction?
I'm older than you guys, so this goes back a little bit. But when cable television first came out, everybody was saying, "Who wants to watch sports 24 hours a day? Who wants to watch news 24 hours a day?" And now we've got multiple news channels, multiple sports channels, and everybody was wrong.
Yeah, you were thinking like, well, CNN, Fox News, ESPN.
Yeah, that'll never work. Yeah, it's definitely what people were saying for
It's
sure.
true. Kev, what's up, Kev in Spokane?
What up, Kev?
Hey, so huge Sonics fan. So the biggest thing for us, we said there's no way that our owner is going to sell us to Oklahoma City, and now we're praying and praying to get him back. So, and then we saw the heartbreak that Oklahoma did for us. So it's a sad one, but
I'll never say that I was adamant about it, but I'll say we've known each other, Covino, since we're like in our early 20s. I've known you like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen things go from DVDs and VHS to streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I was never against it, but if you would have asked me, I probably would have been like, no way, like our parents and older people will be like streaming. I would never have thought like our parents' generation would be so easily on Netflix or Hulu or HBO Max. Or I would have thought, no way it would have appealed to the masses. Like I thought people would still be wanting DVDs or something.
If you want to go along those lines, Blockbuster, worst prediction ever. They had the opportunity to buy Netflix for what, like
50 mil.
50 mil, and it's not worth what?
That's
Billions?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of the worst business moves of
Business
all time.
moves.
Sure.
Where do you want to go? Ray in Austin? Ray! What's up, Ray?
Hey, Ray.
How y'all doing? Love y'all show.
Oh,
Thanks,
thanks, man.
man.
Your Longhorns ranked number one. Congrats.
Let's keep this in mind, though, too. The reason
Yeah,
we're bringing this
yeah.
up right now is because Rich was so off about the Saints. He's been dissing on the Saints for the past 2 weeks. Him and Colin Cowherd, a lot of people on Fox Sports Radio, dissing on the Saints, and they've been playing next level.
Yeah.
Again, so far it's early, but so far bad prediction.
What you got, man?
Yeah, like the previous caller, I'm a little bit older than you guys, but I worked for a national retail golf company in the late 90s, early 2000s, and our execs believed that when Y2K came on that it was going to shut down all of our systems, so we spent millions to upgrade our systems, and when the switch turned on to 2000,
Nothing.
nothing happened, nothing broke.
Yeah, that was a problem a lot of people thought was going to be the case.
Okay.
People stayed at home and didn't go out that year for New Year's.
Our buddy Jeff in Alabama said, yo, I remember in 2007, my best bud got an iPhone. I remember thinking how stupid he was and how unnecessary. Who would ever buy an iPhone? Why do you need all that?
I love this is like a personal one, but I love it because Rich was so adamant about it. Rich came in and he bought like
There we go.
you know how I'm going.
That
Yes,
could be
you
one
do.
of 10 things. Is
Oh,
it clothing?
This is one of my
yeah.
favorite ones because Rich came in day after day after day with the same brand shirt and it said "Rule" on his chest. Rule.
RUEHL, I believe.
RUEHL. But it was like the first day, I'm like, okay, hey, you rule, Rich, whatever. Then he came in another day, another day, another day, another day,
And another
every
one.
shirt, another one. Every shirt said "Rule" on it.
Another
one, dude. What is that? He's like, guys, his girlfriend at the time like convinced him this was the next big thing. He was like, it's the next big thing. It's like Abercrombie, but for adults.
It was
mature guys like me.
It was an
I'm like, yeah,
Abercrombie.
whatever, you rule. And by the way,
You
if
rule.
you go to our pictures from that time span, every picture we have of Rich, he's wearing
true.
a rule shirt.
I was in.
And he was so wrong about
I
it.
was all in.
You're the only guy that ruled that hard.
Well, I ruled in the 2000s. Facts. I ruled
never
on every
saw-
level.
By the way, I never saw not one other person wear those
you know
shirts
what?
except for you.
I'll give you the 10-second backstory. Abercrombie was trying to make it was part of Abercrombie's family. It was Abercrombie for mid to late 20s. They were trying to make, like, I guess you would say, like, the more mature.
Why
like
you buy so many of
No,
them?
but I'm saying their whole gimmick was like, all right, Abercrombie's for teenagers, Rule is for like 25 to 30.
It was for postgraduate individuals from
I
22 to
don't know
35.
why that's so funny.
No,
to
I
me.
ruled in the
Man,
2000s.
I swear to God. And look, we work in radio, so we have so many pictures of celebrities that stop by. Rich ruled in every picture from like 04 to like 08.
That's amazing.
I ruled.
Yeah, it ceased operations in 2009.
But I'm a stockholder. Let's go to
Guys, mark my words. It's going to be the biggest thing.
Well, hold on. You told me, and then I'm going to go back before I even knew you.
All right,
you told me
fine.
1 year. You know how on the first day of school, it's picture day at my kid's school today.
Oh,
so
yeah,
this
yeah.
reminds me, you told me that 1 year, instead of getting like Jordans or Air Force Ones or some cool Nikes,
I was daring to be different as the campaign went when I was a kid.
and you bought what?
I bought Lotto sneakers, man. I thought I was being cool.
They were Italian running
because they were
sneakers?
like Italian brand. You know, the Lotto brand. You ever heard of them? They like cleats and sneakers.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
Man, I got made fun of so hard. I was getting hit with what are those before what are those was a thing.
All right. Well, hey, we'll take the phones are all lit, so we'll go rapid fire and we'll play last one standing, and we'll take a little look at tonight's Monday Night Football. Battle of the Birds, Eagles, Falcons tonight. We'll get to that all next. Your buds, COVINO Rich. More next here at Fox Sports Radio. TD, Tutty, taking it to the house.
Tutties, bro.
Whatever you call a touchdown. They matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Now, if you're ready to place your first NFL bet, try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. I'm not telling you what to do, but I don't know. Maybe you feel Saquon tonight a little bit. Maybe you feel a little Bijan Robinson.
Nah, you got to go Barkley here. Yeah, Saquon Barkley for sure. You got to score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the app, DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code CRSHOW. That's code CRSHOW. New customers get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium.
Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7.